Hi guys, today I'm going to do a video and I have no idea how long it's going to be, hopefully not too long. So I know sometimes my videos can get a little bit on the long side, so hopefully this one won't be too long. What it is it's one I've been thinking about doing since I did the spoon theory video, where I mentioned a particular YouTuber, and although I only got a little bit of heat for that video, there are a lot of people that have got a lot more heat. And it kind of relates to this, which is the fact that mob mentality on the internet, particularly on YouTube, and how dangerous it can be. Now, I'm going to use quite a few examples. I have notes in front of me, don't worry. I have a few examples here, but some of the main examples I'm going to be using are the John Cookie and Kuckifam, the Onision cult, and there is the like the feminist frequency, the Jeffree Star, a lot of the fans around certain YouTubers that can be a bit on the, I don't know how to put it. The best way to put it is mob mentality, right? As we've seen with Jeffree Star's episode where he Snapchats about anybody, whether it's particularly the issue with Rocky Roadkill and with Kylie Jenner and a few other people, have sparked attacks on people, like I say, especially with the Rocky Roadkill situation. John Cookie's fanbase are attacking multiple people, including myself. I will pop the comments on. The person who posted the comment has since deleted it. However, I managed to capture it before they deleted it. And John Cookie's fanbase attacked multiple people, like I say, including myself, especially with recently the huge attack that was sparked on Here for the Tea. Tana Mojo's fanbase attacking iDubbbz for his prank, and how bad that can be, not especially for YouTube, but for the internet as a whole. It can be very, very dangerous. I'm just trying not to be too loud because it's like 1 o'clock in the morning and my neighbours are asleep. People are blind to people's faults. I've learned that a lot doing the last video, and they ignore anything critical about their idol and attacks anyone who speaks up against it. I've seen this, like I said, with Here for the Tea. I've seen this with the former admin of one of John Cookie's groups. I've seen it with lots of people. There are a lot of YouTube channels that have spoken up against John Cookie, and it just annoys me. The people within these mob groups, like the Kuckifam or the Onision cult, we use those two as the main examples, have no critical thoughts and see nothing wrong with what their idol does. Perfect example with Onision, especially with the creepy forum and the way he handled the whole Billy situation, is enough to make somebody's skin crawl. If people don't see what is wrong in that situation, I have no hope for them. That the situation is wrong on so many levels. They ignore warning signals that their idol isn't who they think they are. I did this for a while. As I've said before, I did a 3-part video defending John Cookie when Sanders Kennedy made a nasty video about him, which is something I now regret. I haven't deleted the video, but it is no longer available. It's on private. But I've learned from my mistake. They attack people that attack their idol, regardless what their idol is saying. Not to attack people, but they allow the fans to tweet about it and at them and tag them in it, and like YouTube and YouTube comments and tweets around these. It's like subliminal tweeting where you don't say it, but somebody else says it and you like that tweet. So it's like, Also relevant to mass groups who are protective of idols or the idea, such as militant feminism, militant veganism, militant racism, and religious extremists. Some of them I'll go into on different videos, but it all kind of connects together in that everybody wants to be involved in something bigger. So they hitch the ride to something, say for example a YouTuber or an ideology, and sometimes they stay blind to what that ideology is saying when there is eminent and prominent flaws in the entire ideology. The group mentality and the ability and willingness of attacking relentlessly is damaging not just for the target who they are attacking, but it's also for the attackers who are acting like mindless drones. And in numerous ways to take it too far, where they post private information like telephone numbers, address, national insurance numbers over here. I've forgotten what you guys call it over there. I can't remember what you call it. Detailing private information that shouldn't be made public. This is evidence on multiple forums on social media. Any fan group or fan club of sorts is prone to this. I've seen this happen in multiple areas, and I have seen it happen through multiple forms of media. But like I said, especially with how things are going on in YouTube at the moment, this type of stuff is not the best idea for social media, particularly YouTube. We're having enough issues as it is with the mainstream media, with advertisers leaving like flies. We need to be careful, rein ourselves in, and stick together as a whole. But we can't do that if you constantly got people fighting against other people. No, enough. This is evident in multiple forums on social media, like I've said. All evidence with extremist sects, and it's very evident with the extremist sects of religion, because obviously they go way too far. So it's okay being on a forum and saying, my God's better than yours, or my religion's better than yours. But when you start attacking people, killing people, just because they don't believe in the same God as you, that's taking it too far. Why does it happen with specific YouTubers? And I've got a small list here, which is Tana Mojo, Feminist Frequency, Jeffree Star, Sanders Kennedy, John Kuckifam, Leafy is here, Scarce, Onision, and there's a lot more than that. But like I said, a lot of the references I'll be doing will be both either John Kuckifam or Onision or both. But it doesn't happen with the following, which is Markiplier, JK News, David Saw, Philip DeFranco, Rob Dyke, Team Edge, and all the guys that are associated with Team Edge, like Matthias and various other people on their lines, and a lot of the top 10 channels and places like that, they don't have this mob mentality group, and it's dangerous as it doesn't encourage free thought, expression, and income. Forums, religions, especially in certain forums and religions, is dangerous because we were born with free will. We were born with consciousness and cognitive ability and the ability to make our own decisions, to learn, to grow, to develop. However, because of this mentality that we are pulling ourselves into, we are regressing back to this whole this is a weird analogy, but we're regressing back to those schools of fishes that literally swim in like a big ball. It's essentially the same thing. If anybody watches me, if anybody watches this video, I have 20 subscribers as I'm recording this video. If any of you guys watch this video, to me, if you've got free thought and you disagree with something I say, that's fine. Put it in the comments, we'll have a discussion. But I'm not going to turn around to you and say, your idea, your thought, your opinion is wrong, because that's not me. I am educated to a degree level. Part of my degree level education was criminology. A lot of people think that it's not what it actually is, because in America criminology is what we call criminalistics over here. But over here criminology is the social aspect of criminality. So I know a lot about mob mentalities and how raids happen, and the whole mob mentality is one of the things that is how World War II happened, because the soldiers wanted to essentially be involved in this big ideal, this big perfect utopia that Hitler was aspiring to. It's the same ideal. It's the same train of thought. I want to be a part of this group. And you get brainwashed into thinking that it's the best thing for society, when in actual fact it isn't. I've just lost my pen. Mob mentality is as old as civilization, and people are discouraged against speaking up against their leader, regardless if it's a YouTuber, leader, celebrity, sports personality, political ideal, social ideal, racial ideals, religious ideology, and so many more issues. For fear that if they did, they would be exiled and punished for it. There are many other ways and reasons that people feed into the mob mentality, and while bullying online is a new form, many dismiss it as saying, if you're being bullied on social media, unplug. But for so many it isn't always as simple as that, and social media is their job, though it sometimes is best for the target to switch off for a short while, which is what Felicity had to do when she was getting attacked by the Kuckifam for a short while. But the mob mentality exists everywhere, and victims can be in fear for their life. Here's a few helpful hints. How not to get pulled into the mob mentality. Critical thinking. Always research your topic in several angles and always ask questions. Always. But one person that we're talking about, if you tweet him and ask him a question, he blocks you. That's not a very nice thing to do. Keep an open mind. Now, I think I mentioned this on a previous video. I don't agree with veganism. I respect vegans, and I could never be a vegan because to me it doesn't make sense. But I respect vegans because they're sticking to what they believe. However, I have an open mind where if they can tell me how they think it would be safer for me to be a vegan, and they were to actually provide proper scientific evidence, then I might consider it. But considering all the scientific evidence I have, completely contradicts it being the way we naturally would eat is beyond a joke. But like I say, I keep an open mind on everything, but I always ask questions. Don't fall into the trap of believing things that don't make sense. A lot of this happened from my own research. John Cooking used to say that he was studying this thing for university to save children, and that he wanted to help people with chronic illnesses, blah blah blah. But yet he's blocking people with chronic illnesses like myself and several others, and he's completely thrown away his university education. When his YouTube channel, if it carries on the way it is, his YouTube channel isn't going to last very long. because he did a nearly hour-long video on this whole Gabby Show / Rice Gum situation. And he did a video. I haven't watched the video because I refused to. He did a video because Gabby refused to speak to him about it. Because she didn't want to go to a drama channel. She went to Philip DeFranco, who's characterised as a news channel, not a drama channel. There is a difference. Never blindly believe anything anybody says, ever. This is something I've always done ever since I was a child. And I thank my mum for that. My mum raised me to always ask questions. It's helped me in my own personal life, in my family history. It's helped me with my medical issues. It helped when I was at university. All that. Always ask questions and never believe anything anybody says unless they have quantifiable proof. Again, I'm a scientist, so that's why I said quantifiable. But there we go. And stick with your gut feeling. If you feel like something's not right, and you feel like something seems a bit dodgy, then it usually is. We have our gut feelings for a reason. They're primal, yes, but they're useful. They're there for a reason, so trust in them. Most dangerous forms of mob mentality, obviously, are extremist religious organisation, which is Taliban, Al Qaeda, obviously, them being the worst. Then you've got the Westboro Baptist Church, because obviously they have no tact, they have no common sense at all. Sorry, but they don't. Scientology, numerous deaths associated with them. Then there's social / real life organisations, which is obviously militant veganism, militant feminism, militant misogyny, militant and dangerous racial and race related organisations. Ones that actually commit racially motivated attacks that hurt and kill the victims. And general ideas. YouTube and TV fandoms. I have seen this happen with some TV fandoms. Not as often, but I have seen it happen. Then there's obviously gangs like the Bloods, the Crips, the Mexican gangs, all of those. And then there's people feeding on facial tensions, which is basically Donald Trump. Because that's one of the things he did. To get in power, he fed off racial tension. Right, this is a message to any YouTuber that ever watches this. Should any YouTuber ever watch this, which I don't. If your fans fall into one of the negative forms of mob mentality, you have to fix it and quick. And when I say fix it, I mean fix it. If you see it, act on it. Address it. Don't just let it slide by. Like I said, there are a lot of YouTubers I've never seen this happen with. It's like Markiplier. I've never seen it happen with him. Philip DeFranco, a lot of the times in his comment sections, you do get people that disagree with him, but they do it in a respectful way, because a lot of people, although they don't agree with Phil, they do respect him, because he gives you the facts that he essentially has access to, that he can find, that anybody could find. He gives you those facts, and then he gives you his opinions. Which is how the JK News guys do, but they have two different formats, so. Harbour and encourage critical thinking, and try to be as fair as possible in your videos. I'm going to relate this to a different YouTuber. Well, I relate it to Onision as well. Well, all three of them. Rice Gum, Onision, and John Kuckifam are not fair in their videos. Rice Gum, he just decides to take the piss out of people, and then when somebody in real life approaches him about it, he throws a wobbly, which is what's happened, because he's since actually admitted that he did actually attack him. So let's not go there. But like I say, you can still offer your opinion, but be fair in the videos. You can be as evenly keeled as I am in this video. I am basically telling you my opinion and telling you why I think that this is dangerous. You can do your own research and think into this. But this is one of the reasons why mainstream media and a lot of companies are pulling Fundum, because so many of these attacks on other YouTubers are happening, and it needs to stop. Do not subtweet or favourite any harassing or bullying tweets, as it fuels them. It fuels your little army. Do not do anything that could be classed as a call to arms, or share any information that isn't already freely available. Now, this relates to specifically Onision, where he releases private conversations, and John Kuckifam says he doesn't, but then he goes and does it. Again, don't do something you're not willing. Don't allow evidence to exist for something you don't want to exist. You also have to be very careful what you say to people and how you say it, because when you have a fan base, you have to essentially, as British say, watch your P's and Q's. You can have respect and fans without them being abusive, and dangerous to others. Mindless mob-minded fans and fandoms that protect their favourite YouTubers are actually hurting them and their future, because we are seeing a lot of people going against John because of the way his fans are acting. There is a YouTube channel that commented on I think I'll pop it at the end, the one who commented on my video. Granted, he didn't say anything majorly bad, but he has commented on other people's videos about John, and he's been a lot worse with them. Eventually and commonly, sections of the fandoms turn on their idols, which is what we're seeing happen, especially with John at the minute. It is slowly happening with Onision, and I think it is starting to happen with Rice Gum as well, and with some of the others. Biggest pieces of advice: practice what you preach. So if you say, I don't want you to attack somebody, and then you see them attack it, then you call people out on it. It's that simple. Don't be a hypocrite. Don't call someone out for doing something you have done. Now, this refers back to John, because he turned around and called out Here for the Tea, because she started off as a makeup channel and then she went into a drama channel. John, that's how you started off. You hypocrite. Don't worry, I haven't got much longer. If you get a decent following, if I ever get a decent following, I want them to have their own mind. And I hope to promote critical thinking, and I want people to research anything I share with them. So if anybody watches this video, go out and research mob mentality. Go out and research the crap that are surrounding some of these YouTubers. The crap that surrounds militant veganism, the crap that surrounds militant feminism, the crap that surrounds militant misogyny, all of it. Research it. At the end of the day, I'm a huge fan of research. Research. Fame and money mean nothing if you don't have self-respect and integrity. Now, a lot of people say, yeah, but you're saying that because you're a published author, you make lots of money. No, I don't. I don't make enough money for my husband to stop work. I don't make enough money for anything. I make not a lot of money on my books. Writing for me is a hobby, and the fact that that I am published is still a big thing. But, I'm not J.K. Rowling, I'm not Stephen King, I'm not selling millions of copies every time they go out on sale. Some mobs can be a bonus. Particularly, another example, Markiplier. Recently he's been going through a thing where he feels really bad because he can't meet every single one of his subscribers, that he can't give them a hug, that he can't do more to help them. And he feels really guilty and he feels really bad about that. But at the end of the day, a lot of us have turned around and said, yeah, but we still love you. You make us smile just by doing your videos. I've got my husband hooked on Markiplier. When my husband's on his lunch at work, he usually watches a Markiplier video and he sat there laughing at him. Like, now guys, because he works with a lot of guys. Guys are always saying to him, what are you laughing at? Well, just a YouTube video. But it's not the type. The guys he works with are all like football fans, whereas my husband's a game fan, so yeah. Like I say, sometimes can be a bonus and help some people. However, the militant forms some of these fandoms take, are dangerous and sometimes deadly. If you want me to address any of these in any more detail, let me know down below. I'll close off by saying this. Please think critically about anything you are told, and I mean anything. Especially by a YouTuber, whether it's me, whether it's Markiplier, whether it's Matthias, whether it's Philip DeFranco. If I'm invested in a story that Phil does, I go and research it, and that's something he's always said. And he always puts the links to his stories in the description, as do the JK guys. Don't bully. Don't blindly believe anything unless you know anything. Unless you know anything and have seen more than one receipt. Now this relates to John again, because he's been discovered to be faking his receipts, which I think is horrible. If you want to be a journalist, and you want to be known as an investigative journalist, then don't create receipts at all, because it just makes you look like an idiot. It really does make you look like an idiot. Right, so that's mob mentality and why it's dangerous for YouTube. Like I say, especially in the case of John and Onision, Ricecom and several others, we need to, as creators, we need to keep an eye on our fan base. Now, like I say, I'm lucky because my fan base is small. But should I ever get anywhere near 1,000, 2,000 subscribers, I'm hoping my fan base won't be as abusive as some fan bases can be. So, like I say, always do your research and always have critical thinking, because that's the best way to do things. So, with that, I shall love you and leave you. I'm going to edit this video and probably put it up tomorrow, and I will catch you all soon. I'm going to have to start banking videos because my mum's coming soon, so catch you all later. Bye!